transport was about 1,000 people.
Now the people that you left with, it was just your family, your mother, your
My
grandmother, and your sister.
Sister.
Anyone else in the house have to leave with you?
No, everybody was hiding. They closed the doors. I had a boyfriend there, and he came to say goodbye to me, and he was shaking. He didn't want to be caught. So I said, well, if they come, you can always go the back door. And he got caught later. I'm putting this in. I understand he got caught later in Berlin, and he was sent to Auschwitz, and he died in Auschwitz.
Okay, so you went to the synagogue, and what happened from there?
Well, there we got there in the evening, and we had to register there, I remember. There was nothing. There were just the benches there in the synagogue, and we had to sit and wait, and then we were called one by one, and we had to give our name, and then we had what you call a Kennkarte, like not a passport, it's like an ID identification. My husband still has it from after the war. And they copied everything down. They were very thorough, everything. And then they took this away from us. The only ID we had left was taken away at that time. And there we found out that we are going to Riga.
That's what I was going to ask you. Before you found that out, when you're filling in all this paperwork, was there any discussion between you and the other people there about what was happening?
No.
Okay. So how did you find out you were going to Riga?
After they took away all our papers, and then we got transport to Riga. That's it, transport to Riga.
How were you transported there?
Well, before I go this far, I want to tell you only this one thing. It was so hot. You know, when we left, we put a lot of clothes on us. We figured we don't know what's going to happen, let's have it on us. But the place was so hot, we had to take everything off. We couldn't keep it on.
Even though it was in January?
Even so, it wasn't. The synagogue was heated so hot, or because all the people were there, I don't know. We had to take off our clothes. We couldn't keep it on.
You didn't carry them with you?
No.
When you left?
No. Yeah, I did carry it with me, but but that's later on again. So what did you say just now? What did you ask me?
You said you were transported to Riga.
To Riga? Well, this was 2 days we were in that synagogue till everything was legalized from their point of view, and 1,000 people to go through. It's a lot. I don't remember how we were transported to the railroad station. I don't remember that. It must have been buses or something.
But you were taken to a train.
To a train, right? And we were transported in what they call wagons. What do you call it here? The trains, cattle trains. Yeah. Cattle trains.
How long was the train ride?
4 days. 4 days and 4 nights.
Tell us what that was like.
Oh, I don't even ask. That was terrible.
Would you like to tell us?
Well, it was like 75 people, I think, we were to the train. Along the walls, they had benches of straw set up to sit on.
Now, of course, you didn't have your suitcases with you.
No, we had only the little things what we took off then again. We had there. We did have food with us because they gave us food for that time, for 4 days, sandwiches. In the synagogue, yeah, they gave us food. Or we took it from home, I don't remember which way. There was one bucket for a toilet on the other end. It was terrible. Cold. It was winter, it was January, it was a very cold winter that year, 42.
In the car that you were in?
I don't know if people got sick. You were so cramped, you were so... I don't know how to explain. It was awful.
Do you remember if the train was moving constantly?
No, we stopped at places because one time I remember a guy opened up they were sealed from the outside, the doors. He opened up the door and asked, what time is it? So I called out, so and so. He said, all right, give me your watch. So I got rid of my watch. And then other people had to get rid of the watches too.
They never let you, for those 4 days, they didn't let you out of the train?
No, we could not get out of the train.
During that time, did they put more people into the car that you were in?
This was sealed. This was a transport that was sealed from Berlin to Riga. That's it.
And you could not see out?
We couldn't see anything. Nothing.
When you got to Riga, was it in the morning, afternoon?
It was daytime. I don't remember. I didn't have a watch. I don't know what it was. But it was daytime, this I know, and they rouse out of the wagons, and they stood already with their clubs there, either of the Latvian SS or the German SS, I don't know which one it was. Anyway, out of the wagons, and then they had trucks staying there, and they told the people, if you are too tired to walk or you don't feel up to walking, you can go on this truck and we take you to the ghetto. They told us then you go into the Moskauer Vorstadt, they called it, the suburbs of Riga, Moskauer suburb. And so you can also leave all your suitcases, whatever you have, you can leave, everything will be transported there. So some people went on the trucks, but not my family, we didn't, we walked. They said it's about 5 kilometers to walk, and it's cold, it's snowy, it's ice, so whatever you prefer to do, you can do. So we walked, and the people who went on the truck we never saw again. They right away took them away. And we came to a house in the ghetto, and it was near the fence, I remember that. It was a big house, and they pushed us into the rooms. And we didn't know where to go. By that, there was no light in the house. It was dark already, so we must have come in the afternoon or something. It was just terrible. We didn't know, but there was furniture there. There were closets there, I remember. There were pots on the stove, I remember. And don't know, the first night we just plopped down and that was it. Then on the 4th of February, so we arrived on the 29th. On the 4th of February, they told us all to come to a certain place.
So somebody came to
yeah, they with bullhorns, they come through the street, and they say, everybody rouse, and come to this and this place.
Does that mean out?
Out.
Okay.
Yeah, out. Everybody out, and they come in, they go through the apartments, everybody out, and we had to go just around the corner. There was a wider street, and we had to assemble there, all these people. In the meantime came more transports too, don't forget. They came from other places, we only from Berlin. They came from Vienna, they came from Prague, they came from everywhere. Not only us. So they took us out there that was called the Berliner Straße, because later on the Berliner groups were housed there. So they called it the Berliner Straße. They gave it different names then. So we had a line up there, and there were again trucks staying there. And the SS was there, the German SS this time. And they looked us all over. And they said left, right, left, right, left, right. And that's how it went. So my grandmother went to the left, and we went to the right. And they took all the old people away. Most of them.
The people that they told to go to the left were the older people.
Yeah, most of them, what they could see at that moment to get them out.
And what did you do?
Well, I wanted to go with my grandmother, and they didn't let me. So I was at the right with my mother and my sister.
Did you say, I want to go with her?
Yes, and he said, no, you can't. The SS told me.
Did he use any physical force against you?
No, you can't.
Did you ever see your grandmother after?
No.
Do you know where they took the people?
Well, they took them, they have the forest there, they called it the Birkener Forest, or another place was there where they had the mass graves. They were prepared mass graves.